Hi, this is Zach Mayer with the latest edition of the Bulletin Board Heroes here at Vox Markets. It's Tuesday, the 4th of January, starting with 88 Energy, where there's been a nice break of that resistance line there from September. That was around the 1.5 pence level, and above that, looking for at least a retest of September resistance of 1.84. 2 to 3 month view, if we're lucky, up to around 3.4, 3.5 pence, which is the top of that March broadening triangle. We're also helped by the way that the 200-day moving average, currently just below where the shares are now, is rising slowly, and that could provide positive momentum for the shares. Finally, we've got a little bit of bullish divergence as well. So the second low of December matched by much higher RSI readings, and that is again a positive for the outlook. On to African Pioneer, where there isn't much of a chart, but the shares seem to have at least obeyed the idea that there was a bear trap here from below 2.2 pence and above 2.2 pence, looking for 3.4, which is the top of the broadening triangle there from last July. Hopefully that's over the next 4 to 6 weeks, something like that, maybe a bit sooner. One of the heroes of the last couple of months has been Blue Star Capital, finally breaking out. We had the initial break there of the 50-day moving average in that April resistance line there, way back at 0.14, 1.15 pence, a golden cross there to start last month, which was much appreciated. V-shaped bull flag, which is what I call them, so that sort of rally, then retracement, and then breaking on the left side. Another V-shaped bull flag breakout that we've got here, and we've now only got one target left to go here at 0.55 pence, and that is what we were looking for, have been looking for a few weeks. If you are an optimist and looking for greater, dizzier heights, then presumably the shares could be mapped out into a rising trend channel, as I've done there from October, and the top of the channel there now heading for as high as, what's that, 0.75, something like that. So above 3.5, 0.35 rather, potentially up to 0.75 for Blue Star Capital. I'm sure that'll cheer some people up. Stock which hasn't had much cheer for anyone in the recent past has been Chill Brands, but it looks with today's appointment the market has been slightly inspired. Rising trend channel here from the end of September, that's heading towards 30 pence, and that's valid while we hold above 15 pence, which is the current position of the 50-day moving average. So maybe a little bit of a rally there for Chill Brands, and obviously 30 pence would be much appreciated after the pounding the shares have had basically since March. Moving along to Galileo, one of the top picks for 2020 a few days ago. Here we've got a nice little bull flag consolidation around the 50-day moving average at a penny. Above that, we're looking for in the 200-day line at 1.3 initially, and then up to the top of the broadening triangle there from back in the spring of last year, as high as 1.7 pence perhaps by the end of next month. Another stock which I got to mention in the top prospects for 2022 was Caracol Gold, and here where I suppose now we're breaking that line of resistance there at 1.2 pence. That was in place since October, and also I suppose getting out of that falling wedge that we've had since that month as well, above 1.2 pence, initially 1.4, and then hopefully finally a retest of 1.8 pence, maybe over the next 6 to 8 weeks, something like that. But a decent end of day close above the 50-day moving average around 1.25 pence would certainly help the cause there for Caracal in the near term. Red Rock Resources, a stock which gets occasional airtime here. Here we've broken a line of resistance there from February, and that was at 0.5, let's call it. Above that, we've got an initial target there at the 200-day moving average at 0.7, and then up to 0.9, maybe by the end of next month, which is former May resistance. But everything really here hinging on the that line, or the shares remaining above that broken February resistance line around half a penny. Another stock which made the grade as far as the top 20 was Tirupati, and here we've got a situation where we've broken the 50-day moving average. That was pointed out around 78 pence, so that was one positive tick. Then we've broken that neckline resistance there at 84 and above 84, looking for at least a 105, maybe up to 110 by the end of next month. Very good bullish divergence line in the RSI window, which basically forecast the break higher for Tirupati shares. We're moving on to the number 2 in the hit parade the other day, Wishbone Gold, and here we've also taken note of the optimism of that grade of being number 2 in the hit parade with the break of that line of resistance from the end of November. We've also broken above the 50-day moving average at 9 pence, and above that initially at least the 200-day line at 11.4, and then in the near term, maybe by the end of next month or perhaps even this month, up to 15 pence, which is that July resistance line projection. But looks like after various attempts at rebounding from below 10 pence, this could be the more successful one, especially after that gap higher that we had back in November. Finishing off with Zinnwald, and here we got a situation where the shares have regrouped after, if I can get the right code, that regrouped after their recent sell-off. Nice break back above that uptrend line there from back in last year. And the current view is that while we're above the 17 pence level, looking towards a retest of 28 pence over the next 1 to 2 months. Be cautious on the shares. You'd wait for a break of that line of resistance in the 50-day moving average around 19.5 pence. So a little bit to go on that for a proper momentum trigger, but looking good, or rather much better for Zinnwald at the moment. That's it from me today. More updates tomorrow.